Investing money is not about magic at all. It's about shifting from a fixed to a fluid state. The system pushes you to stay in a fixed and rigid channel. It's a salary-based mindset. It's a closed system, in other words, predictable, which is a good thing for some people, but this means it's very, very narrow. Narrow because what you earn is narrow. I do this, I work as this. This is then your identity. I call this sort of mindset enslavement because that's precisely what it is. It is basically impossible for you to break patterns if you are stuck in this fixed system. You will have the same routine, then the same outcomes. Interrupt these patterns. You create more probable outcomes because, of course, new inputs create new options. You also should allow things to fall out of place, and this is the part that everybody doesn't like to do because it means the structure loosens. That's the entire point. Certainty drops and old ways of working will disappear. People don't feel safe enough to do this, which I guess is understandable because it feels uncertain. But this is not a bad thing at all. You're simply breaking the system that is keeping you fixed. When people say they manifest money by visualizing money, this is true to an extent, but what this is really about is looking inward, recognizing what you're good at, looking at the patterns that are dragging you down and keeping you in a fixed state. What do you avoid and what do you repeat? Because your behavior will always shape your outcomes, and it goes without saying, if you have a terrible behavioral pattern, you're only going to open up negative probability corridors for yourself, or none at all. Probability corridor is simply when you open up or expand the surface area of what is possible for you. Actions, conversations, attempts, and exposure to the world. If you take yourself in different directions, then more outcomes are possible. They're not guaranteed, of course, but they are possible. Sitting down and visualizing a lot of money in your bank account is, of course, never going to work. But looking inwards and recognizing these things, recognizing that opportunity and therefore money will come through interaction and not essentially deluding yourself into isolation. You also need to align your behavior with your desired outcome. This involves getting out of your comfort zone, as it's called. Act like somebody who earns more than you actually do. Go for the so-called opportunities. Take risks for things that might fail. Because even if they are probabilistically not in your favor, there is still a chance. It is still possible. Like I said before it was impossible. If you are able to do this consistently and not recklessly, the behavior will compound and compound and compound, which means that these probable outcomes, in this case money, is more likely to come to you. And this is essentially what manifestation is. It's changed identity which turns into changed behavior. So in a way, you can manifest money by simply thinking about it, but that is just the first step. This is all about mindset shift, because if you think about this goal, you move differently, you create options, and you stopped repeating the patterns that kept these probability corridors totally closed. So you don't really manifest money, you simply remove the version of yourself that only allowed for one probable outcome, which wasn't a good one. And once you do this, more things become probabilistically available to you. It's not guaranteed, of course, but it's possible, which is all you need.